Hey everyone, jennabugger here, and I'm back. It's been a while, and I'll touch on that in just a couple minutes. But so since this is the first full week of October, and people are getting all the Halloween vibes and everything, this is my speed build for a witch's house. I wanted it to be kind of small and kind of cluttery. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not so good with the clutter, so it's not quite what I envisioned, but I gave it a go. And let me just say that this is it's gonna be a little a little difficult to watch, maybe. I'm not sure. um let's just say all the stuff I learned, roughly what, a year ago? Yeah, it's been like a year. My gosh, that's terrible. um, I kind of like forgot all of it when it comes to like building in The Sims and everything. So I'm starting from square one. So I had to edit out a lot of stuff, cause just forgetting the words now. Yeah, cause that's classic Jen. Uh, um, yeah, so I'm not as familiar with the buy mode catalog anymore. So it was a lot of having to find things and like, oh my goodness, the debug menu, the debug items, so stressful for me to go through that because I just wish I knew where everything was, but I don't, and I didn't before, and now I really don't. So, anyways, it's gonna be a little rough, and then here I am messing with the stairs. So, this is going to be a little bit of like a chatty type of video. I mean, I think all of my speed builds were pretty chatty to begin with. Oh yes, and here I am finagling with the roof. There was a lot of finagling going on. Some of it you see, some of it you see on camera, some of you don't. Well, maybe not on camera because you don't see me, but yeah. Anyways, so where have I been? Why have I been gone so long? I guess I got pregnant, and it was a pretty tough pregnancy. Like, the first trimester stuff really just spilled into the second trimester, and the third trimester stuff like happened earlier. So it happened in the second trimester. There was like about a solid month that I felt decent. So that's like a month out of 9 months that I was feeling okay. Or I guess 2 months, because the first month you don't know you're pregnant. So yeah. My second, she was born. She's a girl. She was a surprise. That was lots of fun. But she was born in March of this year, which March of 2020 is right about when everything was closing down for coronavirus. So, new, well, not new mom, but new mom to two, and this unknown stuff, coronavirus and stuff like that. I was stressed out. I was a very stressed out mama, and I just didn't have it in me to devote any sort of time, I mean, really, to anything besides taking care of my kids and family and myself. Yeah, so that was that. But oh, and then she also was like kind of colicky and like had some like sensitive tummy issues and everything. So that was fun. Please note the sarcasm in my voice. But she's over 6 months old now. We've actually finally got into a routine and things are better, and I realized that I miss doing YouTube. I didn't know if I was going to come back, but I realized that I did want to come back, and I did want to start it up again, and hopefully Guys, this is my third time. It sounds terrible, but hopefully I stick with it. I got big dreams, but sticking with it is kind of my issue. So, yeah. Anyways, the kitchen probably is my favorite, I would say. It was at the beginning of the build, so I had all of my energy to really try to work on cluttering it up the way that I had envisioned it. And so of course I went with the open shelving and everything, and so yeah, that's what I did with this. I really wanted to keep it, so I wanted to keep all of the house in like neutral earth tones, because I envisioned the witch that lived here to be more of the like potion making side instead of actual spell casting side of it. So I wanted to keep with a lot of the neutrals, browns, greens, beige, all that kind of stuff. And I definitely did for the kitchen, as you can tell. But I kind of did steer away from that a little bit with each of the following rooms, because honestly I don't plan on doing another witch's house this year, so I wanted to take advantage of some of the really fun, whimsical stuff that came with the Realm of Magic game pack, which I think it came out last year after I stopped making videos, so I didn't have a chance, I don't believe, to actually build anything with that game pack. So yeah, so I wanted to use some of that. So I definitely the upstairs is all about that game pack. I used quite a bit from that game pack, which you guys will see. So I definitely wanted the kitchen to feel a little more antique-ish. Yeah, antique-ish, based on the stove and the ice box, the fridge. And so I just kind of went with that, plus the open shelving, like I mentioned. And yeah, I'm just really, so I could have cluttered up the shelves more. Oh, and what witch isn't complete without a black cat? And oh my gosh, you might be thinking, Jen, that's so cliche. Wait, just wait, guys. Yeah, just wait. You'll see. You'll see where I went with this. I always got to come up with some sort of backstory, and we'll get there. But so this is the first time I am opening up the debug menu, and like I said earlier, it stresses me out. I think I saw a mod somewhere that like categorized it for you or something. I should really look into that, because that would probably make my life just so much. Okay, let's be honest, I'm being a little dramatic there. That'll make my speed builds so much easier. Yeah, so I wanted to clutter up this shelf as well, and I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do. I definitely wanted some stuff that looked like potions and stuff, and so these things that came with the outdoor retreat, and then of course these are the from Get to Work, the flasks. Those are actually the what do they call them? Serums, I think. I think that's the synthetic food, and I think snake oil, which I believe it heals illnesses, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so going through the debug menu, oh look, there's a mop, and then I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, we gotta get a broom, because I had a broom there before, but let's get a broom you can ride. And then it's like, well, you know, for the heck of it, let's get another broom, because maybe she's not feeling, certain, that other broom. So I don't know. She gets her choices. I definitely see her as being a little bit of a collector. And you will see one of the main things she collects when we move on to the living room area. Yeah, so I did play test this out a little bit already. The stove worked with that wand and the spoon there. And, I mean, you may be thinking, why would I put a wand there? Well, I mean, she's a witch, so, I mean, really, she probably doesn't do a lot of cooking on the stove because, she's a witch. She can, like, just summon food. But then I also was thinking, like, Harry Potter, they still cooked on the stove. They just use magic to make it cook on the stove. So, so. And then here I am having, everything has to be symmetrical in things, like, that's the one thing that I'm, like, kind of OCD about, is, like, it's gotta be symmetrical. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then, yeah, right here is another prime example. It was not even on that side, so I had to completely rotate the table so it was even, so, yeah. And here I am trying to use this beautiful chandelier from, that's what happened when you size it down. I did not explain that well. I thought I had more time. Yeah, so when you size it down, it looked fine to begin with, but I noticed when I was like playtesting a little bit that what are these magical sprite looking things, like, like the orbs that you have to collect when you go to try to, become a witch or wizard or whatever, like, that's what it looked like. And then I realized it was from the chandelier. So if you like that look, you could definitely put those back, but I did switch it out for, I believe those chandeliers came from the vampire game pack. Yeah. So anyways, living room, I started getting away from the greens. I saw this color on the witch game pack, Realm of Magic game pack, the couch, and I really liked it, but I wanted it to feel a little more cozy and comfy and everything, so I went with these from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. Yep, I'm just, I gotta pull everything out. Oh, so you may have noticed, or maybe you haven't, I don't know. I keep going back and forth between the move objects cheat, turning it on and off. With Big, I've realized, I realized last year, but I realized that I really like to, because I don't have a very firm grasp, like a firm idea of how close I can get things together without it like interfering with the way it works. I don't have a very good idea of that just yet. So if I make sure that the move objects cheat is off, I can, finagle things around and make it work. And then for like a lot of the decorative stuff, I will use the cheat. So I'm trying to find decorations here, and this right here, guys, that piece of artwork from the nifty knitting, whatever it's called, it gave me the idea. Oh, what is one thing that this witch likes to collect? Cats, guys. Maybe she doesn't collect them, but she loves her little cat buddies, okay? And by the way, you can't delete urns. I didn't know that. So she loves her cats, okay? She's like, crazy cat witch lady. So this is where I really started going with it. And by the way, that is a dog, not a cat, but I mean, it looked more like a majestic cat from the wild or something. I don't know. I don't know. Just go with it, okay? Like, it's got the pointy ears, and I mean, it could be a cat, okay? It could be. Yeah, so. And I just realized that I didn't take a drink of water before this, and my water bottle is nowhere to be found. So that's lovely. I don't talk this much. I mean, I talk a lot, but I don't talk this much consecutively. So this is gonna be interesting. So again, I turned the move objects cheat off. You know, kind of like the big ticket items, the big furniture. I like to do that to, you know, just kind of make it easier for me so I don't have to literally play test like every single piece of furniture, because I would literally have to do that, because I don't know. I don't know how close I could put things and still have it be usable. So, and then I tried like different colors or whatever, and I was like, no, let's just go back. I definitely I wanted to keep the cozy feel going, so I wanted the more warm lighting. That's why I didn't keep those overhead lights that are, you know, really bright. Usually I like those typically, but for this one I just really wanted it, you know, kind of really dim, you know, type of thing. And yeah, so and because I left this open back here, I wanted to put a little bit of decoration back here, and the stairs function just fine. I did test that already. There are I believe there's a few things that I do need to play test still. I cannot remember exactly what, but the finished build will be completely play tested by the time I get it uploaded. Yeah, so, and then here I'm just trying to like figure out, because I mean I wanted it dim, but like I need a little bit of extra light over here, so I did that. So up here I did like a open floor plan. I don't know. I didn't actually make a room. It's just she goes up the stairs, because I imagine it's just her, because, well, her and her many cats. The bathroom, because it is kind of oddly shaped, I did have to move things around a lot, and I did play test it like after moving the stuff around and everything, and so that's why you kind of saw it just like cut back. So, but it is all functional. The bathtub and the sink and the toilet, it's all good to go. So, yeah, but here's where I really was like, you know, I want to use some of the stuff, you know. And by the way, that tub, if you don't know, that tub is actually not from the Realm of Magic. That is from the Get Famous expansion pack, but in my opinion it matches so well with these like pink mauve you know, sinks. I mean, and it's what, those are peacocks, and then that's like a swan. Like it matches so well. And I'm realizing that towel rack already has a hand towel, and then there's another hand towel, and then here I am realizing like, oh, she's got, you know, urns of cats. Like she needs to have stuff so she can have living cats. Like let's place some of that in here, okay? They need to eat, you know. As far as I know, you can't magic, you know, food for the cats unless you just let them eat all of your food, but that doesn't sound very healthy for them. And then these yarn balls, which I didn't even realize that they did that. I thought that was so adorable and so perfect, because I mean, you know, that cats, they play with the yarn. Yeah, so, and then just moving on to the bedroom area after my little, I do kind of have to go back and forth. I needed to place that back. I do kind of go back and forth because I forget things, but you guys will be glad to know, or maybe you won't, but I'm really glad. I remembered the outside trash can. I think there's a couple builds of mine that I forgot to put the outside trash can, and there was no place to throw your trash away, and I had to like place it back, and I don't know if I ever fixed that, so I did remember it this time. Yeah, so at least the bedroom though, I did stick with the browns and the greens. I mean, this bed is it's so pretty in my opinion, so I just, I had to use it because, like I said, I don't plan on doing another witch's house, at least this year, so, yeah, so I had to use some of the things, Okay, I apologize for that. I felt like I was gonna, like, just, like, ugly sneeze in, like, your guys' ears. I didn't, but that's what the pause was for, and I'm knocking things down. My gosh, can I just, like, can I chill out? Chill out, Jen, okay? Just stop moving. You're doing fine. Stop being so nervous. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, if you're, if you're new, happen upon this and haven't seen any of my other videos, this unfortunately is kind of classic Jen right now. Yeah, I'm confident but awkward, so, there it is. Yeah. And I say a lot. Yeah, so, yeah. Anyway, so just kind of trying to put some decoration on these end tables. And actually, now that I think about it, I could have put those end tables closer, because who has their end tables that far away from their bed? A little bit of yarn decorating. I decided not to put a little cat there because I thought that her real cats would actually, like, enjoy jumping up onto the dresser and everything. So, and of course she had to have the double bed, because I was thinking of doing the single bed, but I thought, well, she's gonna have some cats sleeping with her, so they have to have room too. So like I said earlier, I kind of go back and forth a little bit, and where the normal person would have done the roof when they were, doing the outside of the house and everything, I decided to do it, like, last. So, yeah. That's me. So I was thinking, because I did mess around with the roofs a little bit, I was thinking of actually kind of cutting it out, because it took me a little bit, but if anything, I find that I have like a really hard time with the roofs sometimes, so I thought maybe somebody else would appreciate seeing the process that I went through. Maybe help give them some ideas. Like, I swear, I look at some speed builds and I'm just like, they are like roofing masters. How do they place these beautiful roofs on top of these oddly shaped houses? Like, it's amazing to me. So I'm trying to help others out if I can, if anyone cares. And then here, I had a specific, I mean, you guys, believe it or not, this house actually, the whole inspiration for this house came from just like a picture of like this front here, which obviously it's not exactly how it turned out, but like it was from an image, and then right there is where I realized, like, oh yeah, that's a dog and this is a cat, great. But you see, I didn't change nothing, so it is what it is. Yeah, so, and then just to add just a little bit of extra fall feeling, I did the little wreath there. I thought, what did I think? I thought that, she's, a witch, but, I mean, even though this is Glimmerbrook, maybe Maybe we can pretend it's not Glimmerbrook and people, don't know she's a witch. And so from the outside, she's got to look kind of normal. And like her thinking was like, I wouldn't put a wreath on my front door like that, but like everybody else is, so I guess. And oh my gosh, there's the mailbox there, and I did not delete it. Okay, well I guess it's good that I still have to play test, so I can go in and delete that. I forget those sometimes. I forget to add the outside trash can, and I forget to deal with that extra mailbox. So anyways, here is one of my favorite things. So the inspiration for this section actually came from the SimSpark challenge. We all know what it is by now. There's been 2 of them. So the Golden Age one, I was going to submit something, but then I decided against it because I just didn't have the time. But I did start. I would have done the storyteller, by the way. Yeah. Girl cannot just it takes a long time for these speed builds for just to build it, but also to plan it out. I have to plan out I have to have an idea. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Okay. In that one, my idea was that she was she was a grandma, and she was like the sweet little grandma, but she had a family on Earth, but then she also had a family, she got abducted years ago, and she had a family on Sixum, and nobody knew, neither of them knew about it. And so the little house set that I built, she had her little garden, and she had a little, shed, and there was a secret ladder, which I did here. I actually do need to play test the ladder. That I'm saying that more for me to remember, not so much for you guys. Anyways, there was the secret ladder in that shed that only she knew about, and she would go down, and that's where her rocket ship was. And so I really liked how the build came out for that, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that again. I want to use that concept. So I thought, because this witch is, she has to hide that she's a witch. She can't be doing her potions and spell casting and stuff out there in the open. So she needed a secret little spot to do it. So yeah, we're gonna go downstairs, and this is where her magic stuff happens. It's where the magic literally happens, guys. Okay, right here. So and this is something I didn't know, and it's I'm checking it. The basements, you can actually adjust the height of the walls, and what's upstairs, it won't affect what's on the ground level and up and everything. So I really like that, because I wanted to use that chandelier. And then here I am just placing a couple seeds. I used fall because I built this house during fall, so you could see all the colors. Yeah, but I mean, I guess you could sell them, or you open them and wait for fall to use them, and whatever. Yeah, so this room, I wanted it to feel really, really just, you're in a basement, you want to feel like that. So I went with stone for both the walls and the floors. And then here, like I mentioned, I do imagine her to be kind of a collector of sorts, and so well, I guess why am I to gems? Yeah, is that what they're called? I mean, I know they're called gems, but is that what they're called in the game? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on that. But anyways, so she collects the gems, but they're also, you need to use them for the potions. I know that much. That one I did not. I don't know if I actually placed any of them that were useful for potions though. So my bad if like none of them are useful, but like, you know, she collects stuff too, so. Or maybe not. You guys, if that's not the way that you want to play it, then you can just get rid of it and put something else in there. Yeah, so. And my daughter is getting very close, and apparently the iPad is not keeping her occupied. She's pushing it towards me. Oh no. Oh no, my voiceover is going to be cut short. So I did place some potions there, and then some of the familiars, because I'm pretty sure the familiars are, and wands, which I'd be placing here. Okay, you guys might hear my daughter. I'm sorry. But I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? Yeah, there we go. So the wands and the familiars are in one lump collection, I believe, for like magical things or whatever. So and the potions, I tried not to put anything that could, I mean, obviously it does feel a little bit cheaty because you're supposed to be able to make the potions first, but I tried to not put anything that was too like overpowering. I think there's like a plentiful needs and definitely a curse cleansing, because you know that witch life, you know, you gotta be careful of that. And then that shelf with the plants on it, just it had some mandrake, valerian root, and I know a couple things do require, or maybe not a couple, but I know there's at least one potion that actually needs apples. I can't remember what it is, but I was like, hey, I remember this, so I'm gonna put them there. And my other daughter is waking up. This is lovely. Luckily this is getting towards the end, so I think, yeah, that's it. So now for, besides roofs, the other difficult part I have is with landscaping. So there's a lot of finagling here, and I'm trying to be really conscious of the surroundings, what's being used, you know, in the surrounding area. So I really tried that. And then, so this is actually like the last area that I really kind of do anything special to. So I don't know if you guys have been thinking it, but I mean, maybe you have. Maybe you've been all like, you know, okay, so, you know, she's got some urns in her house and stuff, but what about a cat graveyard? Don't worry, I got you. It's happening right here, right now. I was thinking about this little cat graveyard since I'd put those urns in the house. All that, like, forever and ever ago. At least to me, it felt like forever ago. So, little, you know, not a ton. I definitely envisioned like a crazy graveyard, but yeah, just symmetry, and those flowers will be different colors when it's like summer. So yeah, and I think we are coming up to the screenshots here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Yeah, and if you guys could just, you know, give this a like. Here I am placing the trash bin. Yeah, so yeah, give me a like, subscribe if you care to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.